Oh boy, this is gonna be good. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Adriel Talks, the segment where I give my opinion on a certain subject and you get angry at the comments if you can. Now, this episode was swapped. This was supposed to be episode 3, and I was gonna talk about the diversity that happens on Hollywood and how it's wrongly used and wrongly represented. But I decided to not go that way for the second episode and instead talk about what was voted as episode 3 in my Discord server. Link in the description to join the server, AG Warriors Go. Now, we're going to talk about my favorite animated films. In this case, it's the 2D animation, like, cartoons, anime, and all the classic Disney films. So, we're going to talk about my top 10. I made a top 10 list, and it was quite hard to decide from all the ones I've seen. And really, it's really hard to decide which are my favorites. But I'm going to start off with number 10 for me, and that is my first ever animated film that I owned, that I remember. It's the first one that I can remember. And it's The Land Before Time. This is a 1988 film between Steven Spielberg and George Lucas, which is amazing, and I really love this movie. It's very old, and after this movie, there's 12 The Land Before Time movies. 12 movies. It's unbelievable. I think I only saw till number 3. Probably I had it on VHS. So I think it had The Land Before Time 2 and 1. Number 9. It's the only anime film in this list. Dragon Ball Super Broly. I loved this movie. The animation was beautiful. The action was amazing. Gogeta was amazing. Broly was savage as usual. Frieza was just getting manhandled for an hour, and it just was amazing. I really love this movie, but I put it low on the list because there are some other movies here on this list that are more dear to my heart, and that are, in my opinion, much better films because it's not half of the movie a mindless battle of the wits and the mind. So yeah, that is the reason why Dragon Ball Super Broly is the 9th film of this list. Oh, and by the way, I own The Land Before Time on DVD. It's freaking... I saw it and I was like, nope, I gotta buy it. Such a classic. The Land Before Time, the original movie. Man, I used to play this VHS a lot of the time. Number 8, it's another film that I actually own. The Road to El Dorado. A film about, well, two Spanish guys, Tulio and Miguel. I don't know why it's Tulio. Why not Julio? Since it's basically a Spanish name. I don't know why. And also, for some reason, this movie does not have a Spanish version. It's weird because it's Spanish people. But no, they don't have a Spanish version, at least on the DVD. I don't know if online they have another version. But The Road to El Dorado is a very fun movie. I really liked it. It's maybe not one of the big greats in terms of movie, but I personally enjoyed it. I really liked the music aspects of it, and it's a really nice movie to watch, either alone or with friends. Number 7. Disney's Hercules. This movie is amazing. I loved it. As a kid and still today, I really love it. I have some of the songs in my Spotify playlist. No way, no, I won't say I'm in love. This has to be one of my favorite girl songs on movies. Perhaps maybe above most of my favorite female voice led songs. It's really amazing. A really amazing movie about the Herculean mythos, but it's really like, it's nothing like mythology, because in reality Hercules is not the son of Zeus and Hera. It's Zeus and Amphitrion's wife. It's such a convoluted story, and Hercules, good God, poor guy. Number 6, Tarzan. Tarzan is one of the very few movies that I enjoy in both English and Spanish. Phil Collins was a master of song, and the fact that he sang his songs in 5 different languages is even amazing. I remember watching this movie as a kid, just loving the music. And I am not a big fan of musicals, but there are some movies that actually use the music in a very good way, and I really enjoy how they lead everything and how they put on a show that is amazing, beautiful. Son of man, look to the sky, let your spirit set free. I love that song. Number 5 is another Phil Collins movie, Brother Bear. And again, I love this movie both in English and Spanish. The songs are magnificent. The story is such a beautiful one of brotherhood, and really the Native American aspect of it is actually very fun with Coda and the other members. Right now I can't remember. It's been quite a while since I've seen Brother Bear, maybe like a year or two, probably. But yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. The sequel was a bit underwhelming, but we'll talk about someday animated movie sequels that, yeah, sometimes they are disappointing. But I already talked about sequels, but trust me, we'll talk about a specific section. But yeah, also Tarzan 2 was actually pretty good. Don't let people talk you wrong about it. Number 4, The Adventures of Sinbad. Now, I love this movie. It's really great. It's a bit more mature, which is why I like it. And also, Eris. Woo! Ah, damn. Besides that, the story is amazing. Characters, Sinbad is awesome. And the ending is like, okay, geez, like, your best friend left, obviously, but he also left with your girl, who was gonna be your wife, and she left because she liked Sinbad, and that's like a bit convoluted, but it's like, so the guy is okay with his best friend taking his future wife, and I'm like, whoo, that's something. But overall, I really enjoyed The Adventures of Sinbad, one of my favorite films of all time. I really liked it. And it had a blend of CGI and 2D for the, the cracking thingy. I don't know what it was his name. Number 3, Prince of Egypt. If there's something I like more than regular stuff, it's Bible-related films. Since I'm a Christian person, I really enjoy good Bible films. And some films are a bit disappointing because they're just like, meh. But Prince of Egypt, amazing soundtrack, amazing story. The characters, I mean, not everything was historically accurate. Moses should have been at least 80 years old when he arrived to Egypt. He had a son, family, and a bunch of other stuff had happened. But yeah, it was an amazing film. I still love the representation of the film When You Believe, and the Deliver Us. It's also a great film that I enjoy watching in Spanish, just like Brother Bear and Tarzan. But Deliver Us is one of the most, I believe it's one of the most powerful songs I have ever heard in a film, because in the Spanish version of the movie, it says "Liberanos," which means "free us," which is, it's accurate because the people of Israel were so oppressed by the Egyptians, and it feels like a great adaptation of the passage from the Bible, the story from the Bible, which is also, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie. stopping rambling and going up to number 2, it's Treasure Planet. This Disney film, I love it, both in English and Spanish. It's just amazing. The story is just spectacularly done. Ships that travel across space to reach the Treasure Planet. Of course, it's based on Treasure Island, but I honestly believe Treasure Planet is 1,000 times better than a Treasure Island. Yeah, fight me. Treasure Planet, I love it, and especially the song of Jim's song. I want a moment to be real. Gotta chase things I don't feel. Wanna hold on, and here I belong. I'm still here. I'm still here. Before I advance to the number 1 spot, I want to share some honorable mentions of movies that I enjoy that sadly didn't make the list, but I still enjoy them very, very much. Atlantis, Mulan, Thumbelina, for some reason, I really like that movie. Lilo and Stitch, Tarzan 2, Joseph, King of Dreams, Batman, Mask of the Phantasm, Justice League Dark, Apocalypse War, and The Land Before Time, number 2. So, which is my most favorite film? My most favorite 2D animated film? Well, to answer your question, it's another movie that I own back in the day on VHS. I used to play this movie every single day back in the day. I didn't get tired of this movie. I will never get tired of this movie. This is the greatest 2D animated movie of all time, and your opinion does not count because this movie is the greatest piece of art that has ever been on Earth. Spirit. This movie about a yellow horse traversing the adventure of his life with an amazing soundtrack by none other than Hans Zimmer and Bryan Adams. This is the greatest DreamWorks movie ever. Ever. Nothing will ever come close to Spirit and what invoked in me as a child. I used to cry at this movie, the scene of the train. Sound the bugle now. How is it that a movie that a mute horse has more emotions than Captain Marvel? Seriously, this is the greatest film, the greatest animated film of all time. I love this movie. You can take all your Studio Ghibli stuff and you can throw it on the trash because Spirit will kick their butts. Also, fun fact, the guy that did a voiceover as the voice of Spirit was none other than Matt Damon. Yeah, I pulled out the Great Wall because I like the movie. Yeah, fight me again. But overall, Spirit will always be my favorite animated film, 2D animated film of all time. There's no other thing that will come close to it. Nothing. Nothing. You can throw everything you want. You can throw any movie you want, but I will never, ever, I'm gonna say, never ever, am gonna stay away. You're never gonna take me down. Oh, there's just a thing till you know what's inside it. Can't push me, I'll fight it. Never gonna give it up now. Excuse me for my impudence, because good God, I love that movie. Spirit is one of the best, has one of the best soundtracks ever. And I will not discuss this with anyone. No matter what you say, which movie you say, Spirit will always win. Thank you guys for watching this fun video to do myself. I really enjoyed doing this one. And let me know in the comments which are your top 10 favorite 2D animated films. Remember, 2D animated films, not CGI films like I don't know, Shrek or Zootopia or Frozen or whatever. But next time we will do my favorite 3D animated films or CG animated films. you know, like Trolls and all the Barbie movies and all that weird stuff. So make sure you stay tuned for another episode of Adriel Talks. But episode 3, as I said, we're gonna be talking about diversity in films and TV series, which will be one touchy subject. Nonetheless, thank you guys for watching. I will see you on another video, and make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't, if you reached to this point, which, wow, great work. Now, this has been Adriel signing out.